Hi guys, today we are talking all about some things you can do with your students at the end of the school year. I know this time of the year can be so much fun, but also stressful in its own way. There's so much going on. You're trying to pack a classroom, you're trying to plan for awards day, maybe your field day is coming up in the next few weeks as well. And on top of all of this, you still have children in your classroom. So stick with me today. I have some great ideas for how you can celebrate the end of the year with your students, carnival style. Let's get started. The first thing I want you to remember today is the fact that the end of the year really can be so much fun with your students. I know so many educators who cannot stand this time of the year just because of the stress and how structure can kind of go out the window sometimes. Students are coming in and out, attendance can get really flaky this time of year. You're at the very end of your copy count for the school year, but this time of year really is meant to be enjoyed and savored with your students. So let's plan together some great activities for you to do with your kiddos over the next few weeks that take little to no copies and bring a lot of fun and engagement. Our end of the year plan for you is all about the end of year carnival. Carnivals, fairs, so much fun and built for the summertime celebration, am I right? I live in South Carolina and the South Carolina State Fair is the biggest deal here. And it's something that a lot of my students have experienced. They've gone to the fair, the state fair, they've gone to the local fair that comes and sets up on our racetrack. So a lot of students already have context for this experience. On top of that, it's just so much fun. The energy that surrounds a carnival or a fair is just fantastic. So the first thing you're going to want to do is bring that energy into your classroom. Set the mood. I'm talking the carnival music. Maybe you're going to set up the twinkle lights. One year I did a streamer circus tent from my ceiling. My sweet mom came in and we hung red and white streamers all the way around my classroom to get that circus tent feel going. Also, snacks are a great way to set the mood this time of year and a great way to keep those students motivated to get their work done. My local movie theater sells giant bags of popcorn. So I'll buy a giant bag of popcorn, and a lot of times if you tell them you're a teacher, they'll just give it to you. I'll do lemonade for my students. I'll ask families to send in treats for our carnival, and the mood is set. We are ready for some fun. You know we cannot talk about any kind of fun in the classroom without giving you some great options for read-alouds to do with your students. I love a read-aloud this time of year because your readers have come so far this school year and they can do so much with all of their reading skills. So I love to read this story to my students. It's such a sweet story and the illustrations are beautiful. So this is a great read-aloud for this type of event and this time of the school year. And then think about it, there's so many great extension opportunities you can do with a read aloud. Maybe you enjoy Circus Ship by Chris Van Dusen and then students have to write to plan their own circus ship. Maybe you enjoy Charlie's Magical Carnival and then students get to create their own carnival event based on the text. You can reflect on the characters, the setting, the plot. Maybe you pull some informational text about carnivals and fairs and students are analyzing the text, identifying author's purpose, creating text features that would support the text well. Never count out the idea of a read aloud, even at the end of the school year. It's a great way to engage your readers. My next suggestion to bring the carnival fun into your classroom at the end of the school year is to set up the challenges. I love to create a challenge for my students because as soon as there's a competition involved, they are immediately into whatever it is we are doing. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about. We could do a competition to see who can walk the straightest line in the hallway, and every single kid's gonna be up there like it's an Olympic event. So bring the competition and the challenge into your classroom with your end of year carnival. A few ways I like to do this. I have a discard pile in my classroom. And these are worksheets that I've made the copies of, but we never got to them. So all year long, I save these copies. And sometimes I'll save them for next year and put them in with my subject planning. So when I get to point of view, I already have one point of view worksheet that I didn't use last year, so I can just pop that guy into my weekly folder. But these resources are really fun to use at the end of the school year. So I'll pull out my discard pile and I'll let students choose. They can pick which tasks they want to do. But for each task they complete, they get a ticket, and we'll do a drawing at the end of the week. I mean, it's amazing what children will do for a ticket. They don't even have to know what the prize is. They are so motivated to complete tasks because they know there's going to be a prize at the end. So consider bringing out that discard pile and let your students working through some of these activities that you've taught content for this school year. It's great review, it's very engaging, and we love a prize system. Another way to bring the fun and prizes into your classroom, ask families to donate high-value prizes. And by high-value prizes, I'm talking about the good stuff, like the Play-Doh from the Dollar Tree, good stuff. Ask families to send in little, quick, easy, think like birthday party, goodie bag prizes. Have a treasure chest and let your students, as they draw tickets, can then choose things from your Carnival prize box. I also love to pop up task cards around the classroom during our Carnival celebration. Students can complete task cards, more opportunities to earn tickets, or more opportunities to draw from the prize bin. I've also seen teachers do like wheels of prizes, which are so much fun. This website is a great option to create a digital wheel for students to spin. Love this, use this all the time. Wheel Decide is great. Think about just engaging in fun ways you can have your students completing work, using up that end of the year time, and celebrating with some prizes. Bring that competition into the classroom. Beyond those academic competitions you can create for your students, it's also important to remember it's the end of the school year. Not everything has to be academic. This is a really fun time to bring in some games for your students to play at the Carnival. I love to bring in our cornhole boards, which is beanbag toss if you're not from the South. Set up a beanbag toss station for my students. Bowling is really fun to do with your kiddos this time of year. I have a great inflatable bowling set, which I love to use. They also will sell like plastic versions. I know for a fact Walmart has a plastic bowling set right now. Also, you can make it really easy. Any ball and then empty soda bottles, an immediate bowling set for you. Ring toss is really easy to set up in the classroom. Again, use those same soda bottles. So many opportunities for Carnival themed fun. A photo booth is also a great opportunity for your students, and you get to capture those end of year memories. To do this, I'll just put up a fun Carnival background on my smartboard at the front of the room, set up a camera, and I'll stand there and take pictures of my kiddos while they are posing with their Carnival props. So much fun, and your students will love it. As you can probably tell, there are so many things you can do with the Carnival week in your classroom, so many activities. Your students are gonna love it. But you also know we aren't gonna leave you hanging. We have an entire week-long bundle of a Carnival week ready to go and run in your classroom. I love this resource because it covers so many different subjects, and it truly is full days that you can do with your students. If you're running low on copies this time of year, there are both print and digital versions, and this resource is just so much fun. So within the Carnival Week resource, you get 5 days of reading, 5 days of writing, 5 days of math, and a week-long STEM science-based activity where students are going to be designing their own Carnival games. I'm telling you, this is a great choice for this time of year because it has everything you need in it ready to go. The only thing you'll have to bring to the classroom to use with this resource is the popcorn and the lemonade and that really catchy merry-go-round soundtrack on repeat. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and I hope you're leaving with some great ideas to get that Carnival fun happening in your classroom during the end of the school year. Don't forget about this awesome resource. It's so good to use during a Carnival week. And I love just how much content is included in this resource. Your students will be thoroughly entertained, and I promise your life is going to be a little bit easier during these end of the year weeks as well. As always, we want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Hop in and let us know, how are you going to run a Carnival week this year? Or maybe you do a week at the end of the school year that's a different theme altogether. We want to hear. We're always looking for more great ideas from our community. And last but not least, hope you have a not so wimpy day. Bye!